What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So look, I'm not going to sit up here and deny that Chris Paul is not one of the greatest point guards the game has ever seen. I can't sit up there and say that. All right. I believe right now he is third all time in career assists, and when everything is said and done in his career, he's probably going to be second all time in steals. Right now, he's sitting at 2,474 steals, which I believe is 40 steals behind Michael Jordan. And then ahead of Michael Jordan is Jason Kidd. And then way ahead of everybody else is John Stockton. So, yeah, I believe when everything is said and done, more than likely he's going to be second all time in steals. So the numbers are going to be gaudy. The numbers are going to be incredible. I believe right now there's only two players in the history of the game with 20,000 career points and 10,000 career assists, and that's LeBron James and Chris Paul, right? So the numbers are incredible. But some people are not convinced that he's a top 5 all-time point guard. And one of them is DeMarcus Cousins, all right? And I'll put a link to this article in the pinned comment in the comments section below. DeMarcus Cousins appeared this week on the podcast Out of Pocket and took a notable swipe at his longtime nemesis, Chris Paul. Cousins was debating the top point guards of all time with the host. He said, quote, "Every time I hear a top 5 point guard list, Chris Paul is in it, and I'm not really understanding why. Strictly from an accolades and a performance standpoint, I don't think Chris Paul is top 5. Cousins indicated that his top 5 is Magic Johnson, Steph Curry, Isaiah Thomas, Steve Nash, and John Stockton. He also hinted Russell Westbrook was above Paul on his all-time list, knowing that Westbrook won an MVP. I wouldn't go there. And I like Russ, but I don't think Russ is ahead of Chris Paul. But I do agree that Chris Paul is not top 5. I do agree with that. In my opinion, all right? My opinion. I would have Magic Johnson number 1. I don't agree with everybody who keep putting Steph Curry number 2. Now, look, if you want to do that, that's fine. I consider Oscar Robertson a point guard. To me, I understand he has 4 titles to Oscar's 1, but I don't just look at championships. That's just me. To me, Oscar's number 2, Isaiah Thomas is number 3, and right on the cusp of passing Isaiah is Steph Curry at number 4. Okay? He's right there. Okay? Probably later this season, I might be cajoled into pushing him ahead of Isaiah, but it is what it is. All right, so those are my top 4. Number 5, it's probably somebody like Bob Cousy. And then, maybe number 6, you can make a case. You can make a case for Chris Paul, but hell, you can make a case as Gary Payton. Or you can make a case as Jason Kidd, to be honest with you, as a pure point guard. I keep hearing people saying that Chris Paul is the greatest pure point guard. I'm like, motherfucker, did you see Jason Kidd? And then we're not even including John Stockton in this situation. So, yeah, he's not, I wouldn't say he's top 5, definitely. Top 10, yeah. But people keep saying Chris Paul is top 3. That's bullshit. That's absolute total bullshit. Now that I think about it, you got to put John Stockton in the top 5 because he's an all-time leader in steals. He's all-time leader in assists. He's been in 2 NBA Finals. He was an Iron Man. You kind of got to put him in the top 5. So, yeah, Chris Paul is, now that I think about it, I think my list would be probably, let me just think about it. Magic, Oscar, oh, boy. I'm real big on Isaiah. I mean, even though I can't stand the motherfucker, but I'm big on him. I guess you could put Curry right there. Put Curry number 3, Thomas number 4, Stockton number 5. That's it right there. Number 6, Bob Cousy. So number 7, the highest I could ever have, Chris Paul is top 7. That's it. He can make an argument, maybe Jason Kidd should be ahead of him. So yeah, I agree with that, man. I think Boogie's right. I couldn't put Chris Paul in my top 5, and I don't understand why that narrative has started. When you consider so many playoff failures that Chris Paul has had. So many playoff collapses. So, yeah, at the end of the day, man, yeah, I agree with Boogie Cousins on this. But tell me what you guys think.